Hello and welcome back to Finance House, your home for navigating the complex world of money. Today, we're tackling a topic that sounds like it's straight out of a science fiction movie, but it's happening right now, and the implications could change our lives forever. We're talking about central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. You might have heard them pitched as the next logical step in finance, a secure, convenient digital version of cash. But what if I told you this new form of money could come with a hidden and frankly terrifying cost? What if it's not just about convenience, but about control? This is the story of how money could become programmable and what that means for your financial freedom. So, what exactly is a CBDC? In simple terms, it's a digital currency issued and backed directly by a country's central bank. Unlike the money in your online bank account, which is a liability of a commercial bank, a CBDC would be a direct liability of the central bank, just like physical cash is today. And unlike cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which are decentralized, a CBDC would be completely centralized and controlled by the government. Proponents argue this will make our financial system more efficient, reduce crime, and make transactions faster. They promise a future of seamless digital payments. It sounds good on the surface, right? But let's peel back the layers and look at what this upgrade truly entails. The first major concern is the total loss of privacy. With physical cash, your transactions are anonymous. When you buy a coffee or give a friend $20, there's no digital record linking that transaction back to you. This anonymity is a fundamental aspect of personal freedom. It's not about hiding illicit activities. It's about the basic right to conduct your private business without constant surveillance. With a CBDC, every single transaction you make could be recorded on a central ledger controlled by the government. Every coffee, every book, every donation, every single purchase would be tracked, logged, and analyzed. Think about the data this creates. It's a complete map of your life, your habits, your preferences, your political leanings, even your social connections. This isn't just a loss of financial privacy, it's a loss of personal privacy on an unprecedented scale. Now, let's take it a step further. What happens when your money becomes programmable? This is where the concept of digital slavery really comes into focus. Programmable money means that the issuing authority, the central bank, could set rules and restrictions on how, when, and where you can spend your own money. Imagine a scenario where the government wants to stimulate the economy. They could issue stimulus funds with an expiration date. If you don't spend it by a certain time, the money simply vanishes from your account. Or perhaps they want to discourage certain behaviors. They could program the CBDC so it can't be used to buy certain goods, like sugary drinks or products from a specific company. They could even limit how much you can spend on fuel each month to meet climate goals. The possibilities are endless and, frankly, chilling. Consider political dissent. In a world with programmable CBDCs, what happens if you donate to a cause the government doesn't approve of? Your account could be flagged, or worse, frozen. Access to your funds could be restricted or turned off with the flip of a switch without any due process. We've already seen glimpses of this. During the Canadian trucker protests, the government used emergency powers to freeze the bank accounts of protesters and their supporters. Now imagine if they didn't need to go through commercial banks to do that. Imagine they could do it directly, instantly, and on a massive scale. The ability to deplatform someone from the entire financial system would become a powerful tool for social and political control. Your ability to buy food, pay rent, and simply exist could be held hostage to your compliance. This isn't just speculation. High-ranking officials from central banks around the world have openly discussed these capabilities. The general manager of the Bank for International Settlements, Augustine Carstens, said in 2021, and I quote, "We don't know who's using a $100 bill today. A key difference with the CBDC is the central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability, and also we will have the technology to enforce that." Let that sink in. Absolute control and the technology to enforce it. They are not hiding their intentions. They see this control as a feature, not a bug. They call it a tool for policy implementation. But in reality, it's a tool for unprecedented social engineering. But wait, they say, what about security? Won't CBDCs be safer? They argue it will help fight money laundering, tax evasion, and other financial crimes. And while that's a noble goal, we have to ask ourselves, at what cost? Are we willing to sacrifice the financial freedom of every single citizen for the potential to catch a few criminals? It's the classic trade-off between security and liberty. And history has shown us that when we give up liberty for security, we often end up with neither. Furthermore, centralizing all financial data into one government-controlled database creates a massive honeypot for hackers. A single breach could expose the financial information of the entire population, creating a security nightmare far worse than any we face today. So what can we do? Is this dystopian future inevitable? Not necessarily. The most powerful tool we have is awareness. We need to have a broad public conversation about the implications of CBDCs. We need to question the narrative of security and convenience and demand answers about privacy, control, and freedom. We need to understand that this isn't just a technological upgrade. It's a fundamental shift in the relationship between the citizen and the state. This is a conversation that needs to happen, not just in the halls of central banks, but at our dinner tables in our communities and with our elected representatives. We need to ask them directly. Will you support a financial system that allows for the surveillance and control of every citizen's transactions? The push for CBDCs is gaining momentum globally. China is already deep into testing its digital yuan, which incorporates many of these control features. Other countries are racing to catch up. The end of financial freedom may already be coded into the systems being built today, but the code hasn't been fully deployed yet. We still have a window of opportunity to influence the design of our future financial system. We can advocate for systems that prioritize privacy by design, that are open and permissionless, and that preserve the properties of cash that have served us for centuries. The rise of digital currency is likely inevitable, but its form is not. We have a choice between a future of financial empowerment and one of digital servitude. It's up to all of us to make sure we choose wisely. Thank you for joining me here at Finance House. This is a crucial topic, and I urge you to do your own research and share this information with others. What are your thoughts on CBDCs? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the financial topics that shape our world. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and I'll see you in the next video.